Hello everyone and welcome back to My Nerdy Kitchen. I'm Rachel, I'm your nerdy chef, and today we are making this nerdy pie. This is the steak and kidney pie, straight from the Unofficial Harry Potter Cookbook. So, want to learn how to make it? Let me show you. Balancing pies, balancing pies. Hello everyone, first on our list of to-dos is to make the pie crusts. I am using a food processor because it just makes my life easier. Put 2 1/4 cups all-purpose flour and 1 teaspoon of salt and give that a mix. Then grab some shortening and some cold butter. You need 9 tablespoons of shortening and 8 tablespoons of butter. Each of these need to be cut into chunks, as you can see I'm doing there. Add that into your food processor and give that a mix. You want to stir or pulse this mixture until it looks like a coarse meal, basically so that everything is combined and there's no chunks of shortening or butter or anything like that. Start adding a 1/2 cup of water over this mixture. You would rather your mixture be too wet than too dry. So if it's too dry, you can add more water. But give that a mix until it is well combined. Take your dough, split it in half, form each one into discs, and then wrap each one in plastic wrap. These are going to be going into the fridge for at least 2 hours, but they can also be in there up to 3 days. And now we wait. Well, now we prep for pie filling. So let's do that. For our filling, we need 1 pound of chuck steak, and this is going to be chopped into 1/4-inch pieces. Set that aside, save it for later. Grab another cutting board and a medium onion and chop this finely, like so. Grab some garlic, and you're going to mince 1 clove of garlic, or if you're like me, you can mince more garlic if you like extra garlic. Also, side note, look at these beautiful Harry Potter spoons that my friends gave me for Christmas. Thank you, Symphony and Devin. I love them. For our filling, in a large skillet over high heat, you are going to sear the meat until it's well browned on both sides. You don't want it to be too close and overcrowded, so do this in batches. Clean out your skillet, and then add some oil and your onions to this skillet until it is nice and lovely and sauteed until golden brown. Add in the garlic, and you're going to saute it for just a few seconds until you can smell it. Then add in your meat. Add in 3 tablespoons of all-purpose flour over the meat. And then slowly add in 1 cup of chicken broth. You'll see that the mixture starts to get very thick. You will also need to add in 3 tablespoons of tomato paste. Make sure it's well mixed, and it will start to get nice and thick and lovely. As you can probably guess from the title, this calls for 1 pound of kidneys. If you're like me and you just don't want to eat kidneys, you can actually substitute sliced mushrooms because they have a very similar consistency. You are going to add 1 pound of your quote-unquote kidneys, a 1/2 teaspoon of salt, and 1/4 teaspoon of freshly ground black pepper. Cover it and allow it to simmer for 10 minutes. Uncover, raise the heat, and you're going to begin to boil the mixture until it gets even thicker, maybe about 5 minutes. Mine did not get as thick as I needed it to be, so I actually added in some more flour, and that really helped to thicken it up. To get this mixture to cool down quickly, we are going to spread it out over a baking sheet and set it aside. Now it's time to prep our crusts. To begin assembling our pie, we're going to preheat the oven to 425. Take one of our dough discs and spread it out over a well-floured surface until it becomes a 12-inch circle. Place this into your 9-inch pie pan, and do not come for me for how ugly this pie looks. I don't want to hear it. Add in your filling and spread it out evenly all the way across. And then set that aside. We'll come back to that in just a minute. Reflour your surface and roll out your second disc of dough. This also needs to be a 12-inch circle, and then you're going to lay it across the top of your pie. I really need to work on my pie abilities because I'm struggling. Crimp the edges, or you can do what I did and press it down with a fork, and then put an egg wash over the top. Cut some slits at the top of your pie, put it on a baking sheet, and it's time to pop it in the oven in the middle rack. Bake your pie for 25 minutes, then reduce the heat to 350 and bake again until golden brown, so maybe about another 30 minutes. If the edges start to burn, you can cover the edges with tin foil, or you can get a pie crust protector thing like I have. It's very dandy. Then remove the pie and let it set for another 20 minutes. This is what it looks like when it comes out. Yum, 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 yum. This pie is so good. I will say that for me, I needed to blind bake my pie crust first because it wasn't as crispy as I wanted it to be. But, you know, we're learning here on My Nerdy Kitchen. But it's definitely a delicious winter savory pie. So good. Highly recommend it. Thank you all so much for joining me today as we cook through the steak and kidney pie straight from Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone, Chapter 9. Please be sure to like, subscribe, and click that big red button down below and the bell so that you know whenever I upload a video. And I will see you on the next one. Stay nerdy, my friends.